cast out. I'm watching that orange tip in the water. It's very wet. We've had heavy rain for a couple of days now. It's very murky. It's overcast. It's not cold. I will say that one thing for the weather conditions. The pool that I'm on is a horrible colour. Sometimes a tinge is good, but in other instances you're not so sure. I don't know. I'll have to find out. Am I brave or foolish by being out this morning first thing? Well, actually neither. What I'm doing is what I do most days of the week. I'm just going fishing, and I'm not letting the conditions affect whether I go or not. As I've said on so many occasions, whether it's angling or life in general, you cannot allow something over which you have no control to determine whether you do X, Y or Z in your life. The bottom line is, what I'm saying is, just get on with it anyway. The pike have certainly not had a day off. Anyway, I've just ducked into a bream. The pike have been putting in an appearance, making a nuisance of themselves as usual. And can you believe it? A chiff-chaff has just been singing in trees to my left. Brilliant. They are summer visitors, although some do stay over. They are overwinter, as we call them. The rain's coming down, the wind's blowing in, and there's a chiff-chaff singing. Fantastic. Great example of not giving in to adversity, isn't it? Anyway, let me disappear just for a moment or two. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! In the back of the net. I like to say that one because it means I've got a fish to show you, and I'm not a blanker. Regardless of the conditions, as long as your bait's in the water, you've always got a chance. Fantastic. Let's get this one back. The rain continues to fall, the chiff-chaff continues to sing, and the perch continue to take the prawn. I've been having a nice chat with Matt in my guest book. He's also been fishing with prawns. Caught a 4-pound tench. It's always nice when you can catch something on a focused bait, isn't it? I'm getting another bite there, just cast out. It doesn't seem that the conditions have had too much of an effect upon the fish. They have had a bearing, that's obvious, because the water's very, very coloured. And the pike as well. You have to take that into account. But we're now, however you've been hanging on, we've had meteorological autumn and what's the other one called? My mind's gone blank. Meteorological and anyway, the other autumn. Well, it's the other autumn now has finally passed us by. So summer. Shall I start again? No. There's two ways of determining the seasons. Most of us go by the first of the month, don't we? Every 3 months. So for me, autumn began, as far as my fishing life and calendar is concerned, on the 1st of September. But then you've got the two autumns, and the other one comes on the 22nd. So however you look at it, summer has gone now, hasn't it? And I think these conditions that we find ourselves in most definitely emphasize that, don't they? Astronomical, that was the word I was looking for. I did know, in fact I wrote it on the 1st of the month in the blog post. That's where I've just gone to have a look, actually, to remind me. Do you find, if you're my age, or maybe a little bit younger, or a little bit older, sometimes you do forget things, don't you? Especially if you've got something else on your mind as well, and that can happen to us at any age, of course. But as I said, however you look at it, we're well into autumn now, aren't we? But whatever the conditions, whatever the season, still keep fishing, You might have to change, you might have to go for a different species, you might have to put certain gear away and get different tackle out, dust it down for the colder months of the year. But the bottom line is, I'll still be out there, I'll still be catching fish, and I'll still be making blogs. There's a lull in the rainfall at the moment, which is very convenient because I've just caught a tench. The conditions might be atrocious, however, as long as your bait's in the water, you've always got a chance. I'm back home and I'm having a look at my wife's new children. She's checking on them all the while to make sure they're okay. I haven't told her yet, but when the snow falls and I can't get off the drive, I'll still be fishing.